Kendo Podcast episode 149. In this episode, I want to talk about what is your plan for your next step.
Kendo Podcast by Hiro Mafuji from kendoguide.com. Thank you for listening. This podcast is about Japanese martial arts Kendo for Kendo lovers and supported by Kendo enthusiasts through patreon.com. Thank you for your support, guys. Please visit kendoguide.com for more Kendo information and how to support kendoguide.com.
Welcome to Kendo Podcast episode 149. Okay, this episode, I want to ask you if you have a plan for your next step. Now, I went to see or observe or participate in the special training session for junior championship. The kids of my federation, East Central Kendo Federation, are going to participate in the junior championship, and I went there to help them to achieve their goal. Now, everyone should have goal, and then they should train for that. And shiai is tournament or match, is very obvious goal, right? And so when I was a kid, I participated in a lot of shiais, and we trained hard because we wanted to win. Now, it's a good motivation to keep going, right? And then when you get older, it's not more. We have still shiai, but it's less important. Kind of victory. It is fun, and it makes you happy to win, right? But that is kind of not very important. When you get older, you are more attracted to different part of Kendo, apart from than just competing. So when you get older, especially late starters, they struggle with learning movements, and they go to shiai, but they don't know how to move yet. And they lose, and then that's kind of losing is a part of Kendo. Before I talk about plan, let me tell you this. My sensei told us, ninth dan sensei, late Tsurumaru sensei told us, you should think. You don't want to think, I want to win in shiai, No, you don't want to think, I want to win in shiai. The reason behind it is because, if you think you want to win, your body is hard to harmonize your body and mind, because your mind goes, I want to win, and you get tense and you tend to go forward as in like, your mind is pulling your body forward when you're not supposed to. So it's kind of, it's not harmonized. Your mind is not controlling your body well. So he told us, Makete Narumonoka, which is pretty hard to translate, but probably the best way I can put is, I shall not lose. Okay, so I think now, and I've been thinking about it for a long time, and why I shall not lose works. Like I said, if you think you want to win, your mind is pulling your body forward, and then your mind is going before your body. So your body is coming after your mind. But if you think, Makete Narumonoka, I shall not lose, you're going to stay put and you can stay focused, right? I don't know if it's true or not. I think I'll look for psychological research on that, but think like that. it might work for you. It might not work for you. Like for shiai, and for exam as well. Makete Narumonoka. It's, if you hear that, you probably look at the physical aspects of shiai, like win or lose, just phenomenon, like, oh, who won, who lost. But this is about your mindset. So through Kendo, you will learn the mind that will not lose. That means you will never give up. Of course, when you get injured, you don't want to keep going. You have to heal first to not to give up. Okay, so your main goal is keep doing Kendo so you can learn from Kendo, right? And if you give up something in a halfway through, you're done. So I think we are learning, we are nurturing, we're training our mind so we don't give up that easily. So when shiai or exam, if you say, I'm not going to lose, you can keep going. But if you think you're going to win, at a certain point, it's okay, I don't want to, it's okay if I'm not going to win. That happens in my shiai when I was a kid. But anyway, that is not a main point, so I'm not going to talk about it today. But I talked about something else long enough. So let's talk about a plan for your next step. Now, like I said, shiai is a good motivation for a lot of people. But if you're an adult Kendoist or late status, probably testing exam is your good motivation. Now, for example, if you received Nidan, if you pass Nidan, you have 2 years to challenge Sandan, right? So you have 2 years to prepare yourself or transform your Kendo from Nidan Kendo to Sandan Kendo. So you have 2 years. Now, it's very important for instructors. I think, this is my opinion, my job as an instructor is to help my students to achieve their goals. And, right, achieve their goal is to bring them to the next step. That's my goal. And I know what I should tell them. But if they're not ready for their Dan exam, for example, Sandan, my job is to tell them not to take it. And the reason is, of course, you have to pay money to exam, right? To sit an exam. So if I know they're failing, I feel like, I shouldn't tell them to go ahead. You never know, but you're paying for it, right? If it's 50-50, maybe, yeah, go ahead. But if I really know they're not going to make it, I'm going to tell them. And traditionally, at my dojo in Japan, my sensei used to give us permission. So until I get permission, I didn't go for it. But that was tradition. My dojo, maybe it's very unique. I don't know. So that the theory behind that is your teacher will tell you, okay, your Kendo is improved. So why don't you challenge next level, right? But here, people tend to just go for it and fail, and they don't know what to do, right? I'm not sure if that's your case, but I think it's very important for you to prepare yourself during this preparation period, which is, for example, if you have Sandan, now if you're going for Sandan, you have 2 years, so you need to have 2-year plan. Now, so list up your things, the things you want to work on, or you need to work on. Now, sometimes it's Kikentai Ichi, sometimes it's Kiai, right? How to shout. Maybe, shouting is not enough in Kendo. You're going to have to add something to it. And what about posture? Your sensei tells you what you work on. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of people tell you what to do, but you gotta list up everything. Maybe they are related, or your grip. If your grip is bad, you cannot really do good Kikentaichi either. Okay, so whatever you are told to fix, list them up, right? List them up, and then maybe posture, kiai, fumikomi, whatever. Now, and then think and analyze and write down how you can fix those or achieve what you want to achieve or what you need to fix. Okay, so for example, Kikentaichi, is it really timing? Is it because you're trying to strike small? The timing is a bit off. And what is Kikentaichi? Now, do you really know how Kikentaichi should work? And of course, followed by good zanshin. Do you really know what zanshin is? How to really show zanshin. It's not only taking chudan or going back to your stance. What's zanshin? The higher you get, the more difficult to understand this concept. Now, this sandan up to shodan to sandan, probably it's preparation to understand these things. Fourth dan, fifth dan, at totally different level. So you probably have to think about these, right? And then list up what you are missing. Okay, of course you don't have to change your strength, but by fixing those weaknesses, you might lose your strength. So that's conflict. But if I want you to look at the whole picture, your lifetime Kendo training, and after all, maybe you have to fix your Kendo a whole lot. But now, it's better now than later. So if you realize that you have to fix your footwork right now, probably you should work on the footwork. So list up your things you need to work on, and then list up, of course, how to solve these problems, and then work on one by one, and have time limitation. Maybe this month I'm going to work on this. And then you need to fix the direction too. Or that didn't work. But one time it didn't work doesn't mean it won't work. So you have to kind of keep going. And you have to analyze yourself. What worked, what didn't, and what you should be working, how you should be working. Now you cannot do it yourself. You can consult with teacher. Okay, that's very important. Your teacher has a plan in his head for you, right? Maybe we have to write it down, but everyone knows we live very, very busy life. So, maybe they'll tell you what to work on. You should write them down, okay? And it's very important you are proactive. Teachers tell you, and you're the one who has to fix it. Okay? And if you really want to, you have to work with teacher. Don't just receive information. You're the one who have to output. So you have to be more actively, fixing your problems and coming up with a solution. That way, your mind start changing, and you have visual goals because you wrote it down. So you have goals right in front of you, and you have time frame, and you can actively going at it with your teacher. So he can talk to you. If you go and ask him or her, we can talk. They can talk. Well, you can talk, right? So I think it's very ideal relationship between teacher and student. Now, traditionally, I don't think my teacher will do that because I know he doesn't do it much. He gives little bit of information and I have to think very hard. He doesn't give me solution either. So I just go, oh, do this. You should be working on this. That's good enough in old days. But if you want more, you can ask how to. From there, you can come up with your own solution. And if you think, if your teacher thinks you're a bit off the track, he will fix you. Okay, so try that, and I think if you start doing that, your Kendo will change dramatically. Okay, and now I started. I'm working on, and I will start probably today, which is March 4th, 2019. I'm gonna start to. I don't have the good name, but milestones for your Kendo improvement based on Shodan and Sandan criteria, Shodan, Nidan, Sandan criteria at Patreon. So if you're interested in, please join us, and I need your opinion and suggestions so I can make this program better. Now, in this March, I will give you a lot of information. It doesn't matter membership level. So join us from the lowest membership level. You'll get everything. Okay. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the podcast 150.
I would like to send special thanks to patrons for their constant support through patreons.com/Kendo for Life.